Hi everybody, welcome back to Sew Like Dotty. I'm Alison and I thought I would chat to you today about our little trip down to Harrogate to the Knitting and Stitching show and what is possibly one of my smallest, swag things stash that I've returned with ever. It's my third year and I don't know whether I was saying I had buyer's block. Things weren't jumping up at me. My friend Lynn said it's because I've been saving so much money each week and I had money in the bank, and then not that I don't have money in the bank, but I've just been putting a little bit away. I don't know, but I had the most lovely time. So we went down on Saturday afternoon. You'll have heard lots of people say that the weather was dreadful on Saturday morning. It was in the UK. Snow, out of my normal sort of 120 members who come to group, there was 30 members who couldn't get there on the morning because the weather was so bad. But the girls couldn't set off till I finished work, and it turned out to be a benefit to us because by the time we set off, everything was melted and the roads were absolutely fine. So we stayed overnight. It's the first time that we've done that. Headed out for an Italian, had a couple of drinks on the Saturday night, bit of catch up, bit of fun. And then Vicky, my other friend who's the fibro sewist, she met up with us. We went to her hotel for breakfast so we could all go in together, and literally I was absolutely rubbish at photos. I was going to take some footage. I kept thinking about it and then I just didn't. I don't know, sometimes you're just in the moment, aren't you, and you want to just enjoy the experience and the chat and the banter and everything rather than kind of thinking I must have my camera out. So we did take a couple of pictures of us in the Italian. I'll pop them in, but that was it. But you're here for the swag, aren't you? That's what you want to know about. So I got 2 fabrics and 2 non-fabric things. So I'll start with one of the non-fabric things because it's dead simple. I just wanted to get a small rotary cutter. So these are, what size are these? I have no idea. 28mm. So I've got the 45mm rotary cutter, but I wanted to try a smaller one. So I just got these from the Quilted Bear. My other ones are Friskers, but I use the hemline gold blades on it, which are fabulous. And I couldn't get them at the show, so I've got some new ones of those coming because I needed some. But I'm going to try out these Quilted Bear titanium blades with this one. This won't get as much action because it's just for the smaller curves, more delicate areas. But yeah, let's see how it goes. I'm humming and hawing. I don't know if that's an Alison word or a North East word in the UK about electric scissors. I've got some. I've had them for a few years. They've cut outdoor cloth when I've made curtains and canopies for outside. They've done loads, but the blades are getting a bit snaggy. So I was talking to one of the guys on the Dukey store because they had some, and I was saying, can you just get replacement blades? And he said, well, you can, but they don't all fit each other, which is typical, isn't it? So I'm considering whether there's a nice set in a case which has 2 blades, but I've checked and you can get replacement blades. It was one of them he had on his stand, so I'm considering getting a new set of those, maybe off Cal's mum for Christmas. But yeah, that's me sorted out. Not good if we can't cut, is it? And I do cut with scissors a lot, but when I'm cutting projector files out, it's almost impossible. I find it impossible with scissors because the lines would move if you kind of have got it on your scissors under the fabric. You need it to be flat and then a rotary cutter. So yeah. Anywho, what was I wearing on the day? Because I'd talked to you about this dress and I thought I would share that with you today because my next vlog will be on Friday and that is going to be my November sewing plans because on Sunday, it's Vlogmas! Yay! And I'm at Sawtoon, and I think I'm going to try and share that with you on Sunday night. Anyway, more about that later. I do try and keep my Vlogmases fairly short, sort of 8 to 10 minutes-ish, because there's a lot of them, and we want to watch them all, don't we? Or as many as we can. So, I talked about using this fabric from Rainbow Fabrics to make the Stylark bell dress, and that is indeed what I did. So that is the bell dress just there. I've said before, I just do it without the buttons on the skirt. There's lots of previous bell dress videos that I've done, so I'm not going to go into that. Now, I did feel when I made my last one, because I put on a little bit of weight, that I felt I needed to go up a size. And I always do this. I thought I'll go up 2. And then it was just huge. And because it's kind of all fitted in here, and you know, this is all kind of burritoed in place. It's not easy to adjust all of this, but this is okay. It's not like slipping off me, but sort of from the underarm down to the hips, I've had to definitely run it in another size. Excuse me. So the girls all said it looked nice. I've just got one picture that I took. I actually took it in, not our hotel, another hotel. We nipped into the loo before we left, and it was all black and white decor, and I just thought, I'm going to take a picture here, so I will drop that in so you can see that. So this fabric, I don't think it's still available, has a border print that's got this giraffe print on, so this is zebra print. I don't know why this morning when I was thinking about it, and I was thinking, yeah, I'm going to share it with you today, I woke up with The Lion Sleeps Tonight in my head, and it's still in my head, so I'm going to pass it to you. A whim away, a whim away, whim away, woo. You know the song. So it's now in your head, not mine. So on the waist, on the front, I've done the giraffe, and on the back where it's shirred, I mean, you can't really see that as much, but I guess you can more when it's actually on and it's pulled out. So that's fine. And I used some vintage buttons. I just popped 2 on, which are more for modesty here, and they're really nice. I did some on a shank. I don't know how well you'll see them, but I have no idea how long they have been in the world. They are old. Nice to reuse them though. And then on the very bottom, you'll see this better on the picture, there's a little ruffle, which was twice the size. But for some reason, this dress was extremely long. So I ended up halving the length of that, but it looks fine. And I'm really pleased with it. It's got lots of swoosh. It was really, like, you know, nice to wear on the day. I got a couple of compliments about it. Somebody said, oh, I think you were in our hotel. And I said, oh, we were for breakfast. She said, oh, I noticed your dress. I think that was Emporia Patterns. So let's get on to some fabric. Excuse me one moment while I have a little cough. Okay, let's go. Usually I come back with a big pile, don't I? I don't know what was going on. All of us were very much Rosenbergs, which is Stitch Fabrics. Let's hit there, hit it hard. We kind of made our way around to their calling at another couple of places. And there was a fabric on there that I really, really liked. It didn't have a price on it. I said to the guy, I want 4 metres of that one. And he said, you do know it's silk, don't you? And it's £40 a metre. And I went, okay, no, I won't be getting that today. Not that I wouldn't, but I've got some Liberty silk already, and that's a very special occasion sort of price tag for me. So that was a bit of a no. So we had already been to Roy's Material World. I've not bought, I don't know if they've been to Harrogate before, but I've certainly not bought from them before. And I knew that I only wanted viscoses. And I was saying to the girls, because I'm a bigger size, I'm like an 18. If I wear fabrics that are too rigid, I feel bigger. I need things that have the drape and the flow, and I quite like viscose. So I kind of was that's what I want to get. I saw loads of beautiful sweatshirt fabrics, and my head is full of drews. Is anybody else? Like, literally, I've got about 6 planned. I could have 357 planned. But I kept having to stop, put it back and think, how many of these are you going to wear? You've already got a load of Helen's Closet, a load of Billy's in your wardrobe. So I resisted. So I guess, in a way, there were lots of other things I could get, but dressmaking fabric-wise, I was chatting to Yvette from Stash Hub about this last night. She'd gone on the Thursday, because I was a bit worried because we'd gone on the Sunday, there wasn't much left, but she said she felt it was very similar on the Thursday. However, we were all looking for different things. Vicky was looking for, she's making some sort of Chanel style jackets, so she was looking for some wool base, like checks and things to go with that. I think Lynn was looking for some jerseys. There was some quilted fabric that I loved on Dots and Stripes in like a purpley mulberry colour, but Nikki only had 1 metre left, and I was like, And there was black and navy, and I didn't get it, but Lynn got it, and it's really nice because it's like not fleece inside, like not furry. What do you call it? Like, you know, all snuggly, like sheepy. I'm just going to invent a completely new word. Sheepy. There's a total word for it. Is it borg or something like that? I don't know. But she has the green sold out, the purpley mulberry sold out, which has got navy and black on a website if you want to check that out. I nearly did, but then I thought, if I want to make a black jacket, which I could do with, I've got some black cord in my stash. I know this because it's on Stash Hub. So I think I was just being more aware. Okay, so what did I actually get? So from Rosenberg's, I'd spotted a couple of different sort of colourways, very similar in this fabric. So I got 3 metres of this. It's a spring dress, definitely 100%. And it's just a floral, drapey floral. Very nice viscose. It's a bit creased. I have washed it, but I think I might wash it again and put it on my heated dryer so it's not creased going into my stash. So yeah, very much my colours. The light's a bit funny today because the sun is shining in, so I've got the blinds and the curtains shut, and lots of artificial light on instead. And then the other fabric I absolutely love. I got it from Rainbow Fabrics. It was £7 a metre. More on that later. And this is available on their website. I'll put a link to it in. Obviously I can't put a link to the Rosenberg's one. So I got 4 metres of this one. It's almost feels a little bit satinish, but it's not. It's a cotton, but it's very lightweight, so it feels like a cotton lawn, but it's not a cotton lawn. And it has got, and I didn't realise till it was cut and they were folding it up, like this border along the edge as well, which I might be able to sort of use. I don't know what I'm going to make with this yet. This might be spring. I'm not sure yet, but I do really like it. So yeah, I got 4 metres of that one. Now I have dropped them a message, because when I got home, and I'm just being very honest here, £7, I think it's entirely reasonable for the price of this fabric. But when I got home and I went on the website, it was £4.99 on the website. Now, I don't think that's right. I don't know if they've got mixed up, so I'm going with somebody got mixed up. But obviously if I bought on the website, I'd have used probably Tamlin or Rowan's discount code and got 20% off, which probably would have been equivalent of the postage. And I would have only saved about £8, but it's not the cost, it's kind of the principle of it. And then one of my friends was at another stall, and I know that they sell for £12 at the show, and the guy on the stall was telling her, she was buying it anyway, she liked it. He was telling her that he was giving her it for £12 because they'd been selling for £18 all weekend, but it was the last day on the show. And I had to walk away because I know that fabric was £15.90 a metre on the website. And yeah, I've not come across that before. And she would have happily paid £15.90. The show price is usually £12 anyway. But I just found that a bit weird, and it makes me a bit cautious for next time. So if I was buying anything, and I don't want it to put anybody off because I bought lots of lovely things at the Knitting and Stitching show. I certainly know Nikki from Dots and Stripes doesn't do that. But yeah, twice that happened to us. Not to me, but to us. And I was a bit perturbed. So if I was buying from a stall that also had a website or, like an in-person shop that you could view online or something, I think I would take a moment and just double check the price before I bought it next time. But it's, like I say, I feel like I'm being a bit arsey about the money, but it's not about that, it's about the principle. So I have messaged them and said, do you put your prices up for the shows? What's going on? They viewed it on Sunday, it's now Tuesday, I've not heard back from them, but I'm going to follow it up because I'd like to know. So yeah, be a bit cautious, guys, is all that I'm saying. So there was one more purchase that I made, which isn't fabric. Well, it's made of fabric, and it's going to really help me. So I used to have, well, I still have a Fool's Gold trolley bag. I got it off Amazon, and when I had my smaller baby locker, I had that in an overlocker bag, and I used to just sort of slot it on top of it and wheel it in and out of the Sew & Socials. But now I've got my Enlighten overlocker to take into the socials downstairs, the baby lock. It's bigger and it's worth a lot more money, and I wanted it in a bag with wheels. So I've had 2 of these trolley bags kind of on the go. And they stay in those downstairs. They don't come upstairs. I've got separate machines upstairs. So they're in and out the car at least once a week, coming and going and things. And sometimes if anybody wants to work in here, I'll set them up downstairs. And they don't have a cupboard or anything to go in, so they kind of have to sit at the side of the dining room. And I felt like they've took up a lot of space. but I couldn't really work out any other option for them. So this wasn't something I intended to get at all. We were just coming through, and I've forgotten the name of the centre, but I'll pop it on the screen. I'll pop a link in the description box. They had like haberdashery and sewn bags and sewn boxes and things like that. And I saw this pinky red with spots trolley, and obviously I saw like Dotty, like a bit of spot. So they had another bag which was not just slotted on the handle, but it actually has a little strap on the back that goes onto two hooks on the handle. So whatever machine you've got on top, the weight of it isn't going onto the bottom one. So that was £19.99, and the bag itself, the trolley bag, I think was £67, and I paid maybe £59 for these other two. One I've had for a few years, one I've had for about a year. And there was a show deal to get them both for £69.99. So I have checked the website, and those prices they were charging are the ones that were on their website. So I was kind of, well, I could just get the other one and slot it onto the handle of that one. And then she mentioned about the hooks for it to go on, and I just thought, you know what, I've not really spent much. It's going to enable me to store one on top of the other, so they're going to take up less room. And then when I'm going in and out of socials, Sawturn's not bad because you park in the car park, you walk to the front door, you walk maybe another 20 steps and you're in the room. But when we go to a Stitch In Tyne, it's in a big Tesco Extra, and it's upstairs, well, up in a lift. So I'm in the car park, I've got to go and put my reg in at the store so I don't get a fine for parking, go all the way to the back of the store, up in the lift and across to the room. So having two bags in and out, I mean, I'm not lazy, but if it's pouring down or if it's snowing or something, it's just a bit of a pain. So I just thought, yeah, I think these are going to really help me. And I absolutely love them, and I'm so pleased I got them. The only thing I didn't like was carrying it around for 2 hours, and I know somebody's going to say, why didn't you just put your stuff in it and wheel it around? But I was a little bit kind of like, I think it needs to go flat to go into Lynn's car, because we all like cases and stuff in there already. So I will pop some pictures in of the old ones and the new ones that I'm very happy with. And that is the tale of my trip to Harrogate. We had a lush time, we had great banter, and yeah. And the other girls will probably share on Instagram and things. I'm sure Vicky's already shared the Fibrosoist on her Instagram as well, so you can check out hers too. So I will disappear. If you were there, let me know what you got. So hi to Sue and Jenny, and to, I think it was Linda that I met in the coffee shop, and to lots of other people that I smiled, said hello to, hi, etc. on the day. Can't remember everybody's names. And we met Rowan on the way in randomly, and as we were leaving to come out, so we saw her and her mum and friend. But yeah, it was lovely. A really lovely time was had. So yeah, if you were there or if you've been to any of the shows, let me know what swag you got. Okay, bye for now, guys.